I've struggled hard with my sister. I want to sleep very late because I had to do something very important last night. I want to sleep around like 11 and I woke up at 5. So, what is that, like 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That's 6 hours, but you don't get the full 6 hours. So, I slept around like 5.5 hours. I was super tired, but I was like, you know what? I don't care how I feel because I have something to do. And when you have something to do, you don't put your feelings and you don't you put your feelings to the side. You don't care about your feelings. You don't give a fuck. Once you have to do something, you do it. You go out and do it. You think I wanted to do this? You think I wanted to get up super early and do all this shit? No, but it's something that I wrote down and it's something that I told you guys I was going to do in the last 5 a.m. talk video. And look, I think it's around 4 days I've been waking up at 5 a.m. now, and what's weird is that I don't even use the alarm anymore. Like I do, but I don't. Because my body automatically wakes up before 5 a.m. So I wake up super early. You know when you wake up super early in the middle of the night and you're like what the fuck, like what woke me up? It's been happening to me recently. So I wake up around, I'm pretty sure it's around 4:30 a.m. and it's super dark. I'm like, well, why am I awake? Because your body automatically wakes you up once you're kind of accustomed to waking up at a certain time. And I mean, it's good that my body's getting used to that. I wanted to talk about, I'm already finished with my water. I wanted to talk about dieting in this video, but I'll probably save it for another video. Today, let's talk about staying consistent with something. I feel like that's a really big thing when it comes to bettering your life. You want to stay consistent with something. And I always preach about consistency. I'm always preaching about it because it's very important. I told you guys I was gonna go to sleep and wake up at 5 a.m. every single day for 30 days straight, and I probably will stick with that after the 30 days. Because once you do something for a long time, your body's already used to it, and it's freed up so much time. I have so much more time to do more stuff, like more morning work. Like I'm an online fitness coach, and I'm just working so hard on my business right now, putting out reels on my Instagram. If you haven't followed my Instagram, go ahead. I'm just pushing out all sorts of content, and that's what I'm doing right now. So waking up at this time has allowed me more time to work on my business and on my goals. And that's part of the reason why I said that I'm fucking tired. You know? I did not want to wake up at 5 a.m. when I went to sleep at 11. You're probably like, yeah, you need your full 8 hours, get your 8 hours of sleep. Yeah, you're right. But at a certain extent, it's like, what's more important, the work you have to get done or the amount of sleep you get? Because once you said you have to do something, you're gonna do it. You have to be a man of your word. You're gonna do it regardless of the circumstances, regardless of what roadblocks you have. If you say you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. And a bunch of people struggle to stay consistent because they haven't even decided on something. If you want a goal, you write it down. Write down your goal But part of the reason why people don't even stick with their shit is because they don't even start. It's the decision. You have to make a decision. There's a big difference between saying, I want to start dieting. There's a big difference between saying I want to start dieting and you just dieting. So when you want to do something, you don't tell anyone, you don't even tell yourself. You just do it. It's like, I'm so mad, I want to throw this notebook. No, you don't say it, you do it. Look what just happened. You took action. You threw the notebook, you took action. I'm so mad, I want to throw this pen. You threw the pen. You take action on what you're gonna do. Writing it down helps a lot as well. So when you write down your goals, you're enforcing it. You're saying, hey, look, I'm going to do this. You write it down. And make sure when you write down your goals, you have it somewhere where you look at it every single day. So when you wake up, like you can, if you work at a desk, you can even have it in your mirror. You can write it in your mirror with an expo marker. You just have it up there and you look at it every single day to remind yourself, this is what I want to achieve. But you can't achieve anything if you don't take the first action, you don't take the first decision. Why haven't you taken that first decision? I know some of you are putting things off. You're like, no, I'll do this later. But that's a big price to pay. Putting shit off later is a fucking huge price to pay. I've learned that the hard way. Let's say this. There's a fire. There's a fire and you're just like, the fire's not that big. I'll just wait to extinguish it later on. Okay, so you wait, you're lazy. You wait to extinguish it later on because you don't see the future consequences. But once you wait later on, the fire is too big to extinguish. So now you have another problem stacked on that problem. And this is why if you say you're going to do something, don't push it away, you do it. A lot of people don't do it. Don't be that person. I know you have more in you. I know you have so much more potential in you. To whoever's watching me right now. You have so much more in you. Take action. Don't let feelings or emotion get in the way. And stay consistent with that action. And let's say you're starting to diet or something and you're starting to work out. You want to lose fat, but you don't know how to. You took the action already, which is good, and you're consistent on the action, but you're not seeing any results. The one thing I would say if you're not seeing any results is you haven't done it long enough for you to see results, or if you have done it long enough for you to see results, you need help. One thing to see progress so much faster is to get help from someone that you know that already has done the things that you have done. One person that you know that has done the things that you want. So you want to lose weight. Okay, so you contact like a coach or something. You want to grow your business, you contact a mentor. Because they already have experience in the field that you want to grow in. And once you seek help, you'll progress so much faster because they're just giving you everything that they know. And that's what a mentor is for. That's what a coach is for, to help you. This is what I want you to do. If you have any sort of testosterone in you, if you have two ball sacks, right? I want you to write down what you're going to do just for the day. What you want to do for the day. And then I want you to do it. And then at the end of the day, I want you to come back and check it off. 1, you took action. 2, you did what you were supposed to do. 3, you hold yourself accountable. If you do that every single day and you stack one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other, then your progression is inevitable. You will succeed at that one thing you want to do, you want to get done. I remember for the longest time, when I first started working out, I would keep a journal with me. I don't know if I still have it. Fuck, do I still have it? But I don't know. I don't know if I still have it, but I would keep a journal with me. People would look at me all weird and shit in the gym. Like, what the fuck is this nerd doing with his journal? You gotta not give a fuck what people think. That is putting your feelings in the way. That's putting your emotions in the way. Don't give a fuck what people think. But I was doing that for my own progression. I was doing that for me. And it worked. 100% it worked. 1000% it worked. Yeah, it's a little bit nerdy. I don't do this anymore because, I already know what I'm doing. But I would write down the workouts that I was going to do for that day. And I would write like the sets. I would write the reps that I would do. And I would put the weight. That's the most important part, the weight. And you can see in the notebook, each and every week, the weight keeps going up and up and up. And no, I wasn't on steroids. It was just like my first year working out. So obviously the newbie gains are going to come in. But you can see, whenever I would go, I would bench, right? No, for an example, squatting. I love to squat. So I would put 135 one week. I could barely do 135. So that's a plate on each side. I can barely do 135. And the next week I was like, okay, I did that for I think 4. I don't know exactly, but I'm just throwing a number out, 4. Let's say I did it for 4. The next week, I'm like, okay, let's do it for 5. And it happened. Okay. The next week, let's do it for 6. I couldn't do 6, but I still pushed for 5. The next week, 5 again. The next week, I finally got to 6. Tracking your progress is super beneficial if you want to grow. I'm not saying go ahead and do it, but it was just something I did because when I first started working out, I wanted to see how much I would progress. I think I have right here, let's see, in my notes, I wrote down my workouts. Give me 1 second. This was, wow. You against you, snoozing after 2. 2022, new split ideas. Okay, this is new split ideas. Workout progress sheet. Where is it at? It's in my notes. Oh, workouts. Right here. I don't know if you guys can see, but it says, one day you will thank yourself for not giving up. So, these were my maxes in 2022. My squat was 275 pounds. My bench was 135 pounds. My deadlift was 225 pounds. And then I tracked it again in June 2024. My squat was 365 pounds. My bench was 250. And my deadlift was 415. Wow. And once I got rid of the notebook, I would put what I would do right here as a little like kind of like a workout program, and I'd put it right here in my notes. So I had push, pull, and legs. That was the split that I was running. I would do push, pull, legs, rest, push, pull, legs, rest, and it was really good. But I don't do that anymore. I like to space the muscles out. So I do chest one day, I do back the other day, I do shoulders and arms, and then leg day. And then I don't really rest because usually the day after leg day would be chest day, and it's already been 4 days since I've rested on chest. So I don't know, I like it because I get to just isolate one specific muscle. And the reason why I have my own shoulder day is because the shoulder is a weak point in my body, so I like to split that up. So look, I had push pre-exhaust 220, so I'd pre-exhaust on the cable flies for 20 reps. It was like a warm-up or whatever. Then I would do incline bench, and then I would do shoulder press, paused flat dumbbell press, seated decline press, dumbbell lateral raises, overhead extension, triceps pull down. For pull, I'd warm up with pull-ups, barbell rows, hammer curls, supinated lat pull downs, cable curls, machine rows, long head curls. Oh, that's okay, where you get the stretch. Okay, and I would do shrugs, and then legs. I would do hamstring curls. I would do 4 sets of hamstring curls, 4 sets of leg extensions. This is the perfect example of overworking. Thank God I don't do this anymore, because you're just overexhausting your muscle. If you're doing all this volume, it's not really gonna help. Because I was hitting it twice a week, so I was up there in the high set ranges. Squats, 4 sets. RDLs, 4 sets. Leg press, 4 sets. Any calf workout, 3 sets, and a burnout. Man, I've come a long way. I've come a very long way. But it all started with one decision. To start. Please start. Please. Get off this video right now and just go fucking start. Because if you don't take action, you're gonna get anxiety. And more anxiety is gonna build up on top of that. So what are you doing? Please get up and start something. Something you've been putting off for a while. Don't let the fire get bigger so you can't extinguish it. Just take the fire out when it's already small, please. There's one thing that this Hamza, his name's Hamza on YouTube. Do the hard things even when you don't feel like doing them. Do them. Start. Love y'all.